All right, girl, we live. Peace, everybody. It's the Ritual Podcast with Phoenix and Luna. Well, it's so
Hello,
good to be
everyone.
back. I had some mishaps, but you know what? That's life, and that's what happens sometimes. But we are here, brand new equipment going on, so we're gonna do the damn thing, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds like a blessing to me.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad certain things is happening tonight because I want to get some things off my chest.
Okay.
Because tonight we're supposed to be talking about, never mind what you think. No, tapping into your spiritual self. And doing that, right, puts you in a state of mind of, I don't know why. Spirit said going to say it, being better than.
All right. Okay. Ooh.
Putting yourself in a place where you don't allow certain things to get under your skin. You don't allow certain things to upset you, to sway you, to alter your energy, to alter your perception, to alter your happiness and joy in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to share something personal tonight. Just because I feel it's time to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So how are you, my sister?
Honey, I am blissful. At least I try to stay that way. You know, life is lifing, but that's what it's supposed to do, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And we rolling with it. That's it, and that's all.
I
We
know that's
rolling with these punches, okay? And slaying dragons along the way, and demons,
right on.
and narcissists.
Look, everybody deals with the narcissist here and there. More often than not, right? That seems to be the common thing here in this day and time, right? All right, so the topic of the show again is tapping into your spiritual self, and I wanna let my sister talk just a little bit and express some of the ways you do that, and whatever it is you want to share, whatever it is you want to go ahead and get off, and speak and say, because
you know, my perspective is that we all come to a point to where God puts us in a position to almost have to tap into that spiritual side. I feel like it can be due to things that we experience in life, but I really a lot of times feel like the bigger basis of us tapping into the spiritual side of us is based on like trauma, like like traumatic experiences that we have, because those traumatic experiences are really there to teach us to tap in a little bit more to the spiritual side of things, so that you can get the spiritual meaning of why you're going through. It's always bigger than surface level things. When you discover that time to tap into your spiritual self, God puts us in positions to make us tap into our spiritual selves. At least that's what I think. At least that's from my experiences. Normally, because it for me, it wasn't, puppy dogs and lollipops. It was the slaying of the dragons. You know what I'm saying? That really made me tap into the spiritual side. Yeah, honey. Ooh, and it's all a test.
That's where our strength resides, and that's where our strength comes from, right?
That's true.
That's where we find that see it all through.
Yes. And to be able to tap into our higher and lower selves, because that higher and lower self introduction is so important to the spiritual transformation, or to you getting to know your spiritual side. Because a lot of times our spiritual turmoil comes from allowing our lower selves to take over and allow us to go through abusive, traumatic relationships,
Okay, but sometimes our lower self needs to pick up so we can, verbally slap it out of somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, honey. Yep.
Sometimes, baby, We gotta feel that thing sometimes.
It's true. You have to. If you really want to go through it, though, a lot of times people are afraid of the awakening because you have to look at yourself in the mirror and like dissect yourself. All of the stuff that you hate about yourself. I always call it that's the moon sign energy. You know, the moon sign is a lot of our secrets and our deep rooted things. Like you, that's the real tap in. And a lot of time we can know. We can know.
Oh, get into it, sis. Get into it. Come on, let's talk about the astrological aspect. Come on, honey.
Well, since you ask,
Okay.
like
Bring it
it's so like say we find ourselves stuck in a relationship, or at least we feel like we're stuck in a relationship. And it's like, how come I can't break away from this person? And how come I can't break, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's out blatant that this person is cheating on you, disrespecting you, you know, all these kind of things. And then you're taking their baggage on at the same time with love, right? You know, like, but I love this person. But then that creates also the trauma bond, right? But once it's all said and done, we are only allowed to, I mean, we got the free will thing, right? Of course, but why do we allow people to send us through those things? And that's normally the question, when the question really should be, why do we allow ourselves to go through those things? You know, out of the sake of love, you know, like choosing. And like I said before, I think I've said it before on the podcast. One of my traumas, or I don't even know if that's the right category for it, but for some odd reason, I am attracted to addicts. But when I studied and realized like the depth of that, it was because I was born from 2 addicts. And so subconsciously, it's like we're trying to heal, you know what I mean? Like the relationship that we have with our parents, but it's really very toxic because once you get old enough and you go through that higher, lower self dimension, you realize that we really can't control anybody but ourselves in the midst of all of this anyway. So the things that we allow this narc or this alcoholic or this abusive person to do to us was really a lot of times stem from our childhood. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, it's like, you know, out of that, and then we want to make it seem as though it's out of love. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I just really love this person. No, actually, you don't love that person. And you don't technically love yourself enough either. That's the toughest pill to swallow. You can't tell somebody that they don't love themselves because and that lets you know that these are people that have not went through the process, because constructive criticism is so offensive to them. You know,
how much does love play into the aspect of like getting to that space of spiritual growth?
Well, I feel like that comes in, like I had a conversation. I was doing a spiritual reading for a client the other day. And a lot of times we find ourselves in situations and we're surrounded by all these people. We got friends, families, all these acquaintances. And then you feel lonely and you feel like you don't have anybody. And so I go back to mothering myself. Like I have to step outside of who I am as a person, and I have to, and this is giving me chills because I know that like if my mother was here, my mother was really, really good at that, you know, giving you the love and giving you the praise and like on some real shit, you know, like this, you actually deserve this and you actually are this good of a person. Oh my goodness, honey, I miss her. I channel my mother so much with giving advice to people because she was just so good at that, you know. And so sometimes we are to mother ourselves. Listen, we can be in situations and we can be aware that it's a mess up situation, but then you got your closest people to you that's like, oh, girl, you stupid. I wouldn't be doing that. Girl, you stupid. That's not what we need to hear. We don't necessarily need to hear that. And then too, you got the ones who, you got those friends that want to give it to you straight up for face value, but we're in such a state of denial that we'll shut those people out of our lives, you know. And it's like, this person actually could have been here to help you dissect all of this stuff. So I feel like the lower self is the biggest issue. It's not the person that we necessarily chose. It's us, you know? Right. Yeah, it's us. We can point the finger until we're blue in the face, you know, like, oh, my ex put me through this, and oh, my ex cheated, oh, my ex had a baby with somebody else. Well, welcome to the reality of life. And you're only a victim if you choose to be, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah. We chose people, and everybody, especially by the time we get to a certain age, we all come with some form of baggage, you know what I mean? Or trauma. And it's like, we just have to get to a point to where we care enough about ourselves to determine, are we going to deal with this or not?
And that right there is the thing. getting yourself to a point where you're able to look at yourself and be like, look, you deserve better.
Yes.
You need to look at this situation just a little bit differently. Hold on, wait a minute. What are you valuing? What are you putting first? What are you loving? What are you focusing on right now?
Yeah. What do I really deserve? Yeah. What do I really think I deserve? Because whatever we put ourselves through is what we deserve subconsciously.
Yeah. I'm going to get into the reason why I chose this topic today. And a lot of you guys who watch this, you guys know I'm an open book. I don't mind sharing my happenings and things that transpire in my life because there's somebody else out there that's going through the same thing. There's somebody in there getting ready to step into the same thing. But if my life can be a reflection,
yes,
and give you guidance based upon my experience and what I've been through, then by all means, please take a look. Read me.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I lay all my stuff on the table if I feel like it's going to help somebody, for sure.
Right. So it's been a year, you guys, since I left a relationship that was there's no other way to say it but domestic violence. Domestic violence doesn't always have to be physical. Oftentimes, and most of the times, it's emotional and mental. Okay. A lot of times we don't recognize it.
Yeah.
A lot of times we don't know what that is, especially if we've never seen it before, especially if we've never dealt with it before.
Yeah.
A lot of times that person is the narcissistic person in your life that is manipulating you, gaslighting you, telling you what you want to hear in order to transform or change the way you think about a situation. Because honestly, our gut and our intuition is telling us over and over and over again. Our ancestors speaking and kicking us in the ass, telling us over and over and over again.
Tired of us, okay?
However, we have to save face. We put our mask on and keep it moving.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I know there's an echo, you guys. I am trying so hard to get rid of it.
Honestly, I don't hear it at all.
Someone did bring it up. I'm sorry, you guys, if there's an echo. Please forgive me. I'll figure this out. Like I said, I have new equipment, so we'll go from there. But a lot of times, I'm going to say this because I know this was me in my moment. A lot of people are on the outside looking in. A lot of people kind of had a hint, but didn't know. I'm the type of person that, well, then if I mute my speaker, I can't hear my sis. I'm sorry, y'all. I can't. I'll get some headphones, I promise. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry. Let me go do that. Sis, can you continue a little bit? Let me go get some headphones.
So I don't really want to dive too deep on my experiences. I mean, we can, but and I feel like there's so many people that can relate. Like I said, by the time we get to this age, we've all had experiences, traumatic experiences. Even a lot of times with our children, like all facets of the relationships that we have in our life can be traumatic in some shape, form, or fashion. But when it comes down to like dissecting those things, dissecting the problem, I think one of the biggest things is figuring out exactly where we stand in the situation and what we can do to mend it or fix it, especially when it comes down to being on a spiritual level. So I got 4 kids, right? And I don't know if you guys hear echo with me. I'm sorry if you do. But I have 4 children. I have these 4 different individuals with these 4 different personalities, and trying to mold them into what I view them to be versus what they see themselves as being is such a, that's a deep level type of, because you got 4 different, oh, hey girl, you back?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Do you still hear the echo?
It says no echo. I still hear echo.
Good. Can you still hear it? Oh man.
We're gonna fix
you gotta
this
play with
next
your
time,
equipment a little bit. You gotta play with your new toys a little bit.
I thought I gave myself enough time. Turn the speakers down. I'm telling you, my speakers are down, y'all.
I can turn mine
And now I
down.
can't hear my sis, and I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta be able to hear. We'll work it out. We'll fix this next time, y'all. I am so sorry.
Oh, I hope. I don't know if they can hear it echo for me.
Y'all bear with us,
okay?
okay? So sorry.
I hope it's not double because I can't really see the comments. I hope they don't have an echo with me too. Because I mean, I can always turn mine down a little bit.
Look, they trying to help me. Oh, y'all so sweet. Girl. I promise we're gonna get this together next time. I promise.
Yes.
But y'all bear with us. This is gonna be good. I promise y'all.
Yes.
Go ahead and finish your statement.
No, you're good. No, I was just touching bases on, just the individuality with the children, like but no, you can go ahead, tap back into your story.
Okay. Oh, wait. No echo. No, a little bit. Okay.
Is it, well, at least it's better. Is it better?
It is what it is, y'all. I'm sorry. So, wearing a mask. A lot of times this is what people end up doing. And it can only get you so far. It can only hide and mask. A little bit of it. A lot of it was shown through my procrastination.
Yeah.
Getting to a point where I just kind of stopped socializing. I allowed my partner at the time to sway my energy, sway my movement, just take me out of myself, out of my character. And I know you guys hear sometimes, a lot of times, they're like, I lost myself. And sometimes people don't know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
That means that when I look in the mirror, I no longer see myself.
Yes.
I no longer see the goddess that I used to be. The queen that I used to be, the energy that I used to walk in, the light that used to shine is gone, it's dim. And you become pretty much that person.
Oh, yes.
And I found myself doing it. So part of finding the strength in yourself is getting to a point where you start to remember who you are.
Yes.
You start to get emotional. You start to feel.
Oh, honey, and it's okay.
Like something's just not right. Mm-hmm. I'm not here anymore, and that's a problem.
Yes.
When you have children who watch and they see. You have children who they know their mama, they know their daddy. And they look in the ground. I don't care how old they are. I don't care if they're a year old, if they're an infant and mama's still breastfeeding. There's still that energy that is sensed and felt.
Yeah.
And what ends up happening is you have to find that divine place in yourself to tap into again.
Yes. Yes. So my question to you, Phoenix, is how did you do that in the midst of the relationship?
Honestly, I ended up becoming separate from my family.
Mm-hmm.
So see, this is one thing that narcissists do.
Mm-hmm.
Narcissists will find a way to make you believe that your family and your friends, those who are closest to you, that they are not good for you.
Yes.
It could be the smallest thing, and they're like, "Do you see that?"
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, they said that because of this.
Yeah.
They did that because of that. And they drive it so much that you begin to believe it. You begin to see it yourself.
Oh, yes.
So I was the type of person though, because my cutoff game is strong.
Yeah.
If it ain't right, bye.
Mhm.
And I've been
When I
there
say so
forever, but I
quick.
got to a point where it was, I don't want to give up.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to listen to other people.
Mhm.
I want to stick this out because in my mind it's just my husband,
Yes.
you know?
Mhm.
So and finally recognizing and seeing situations come and things happen, and one thing after another, you get the sense of enough is enough. So see, this
Yeah.
is this divine energy in me that's saying, hey, when you gonna snap out of this?
Yes.
When are you gonna look at this and
Yes.
actually see what's going on
Yeah.
and what's happening?
Yes.
You know, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm gonna turn it down just so it can be a little more clear. I'm gonna just have to really listen. Sometimes Spirit puts you in a situation
Mhm.
and allows things to happen in your life to give you a wake-up call.
Mhm.
And sometimes you gotta lose everything you have.
Oh, yes.
Because
Yes.
sometimes those things blind you. You're so busy trying to save face and save everything that you have going on, and you can't see the truth of the situation, the magnitude of it.
Right. Right.
And sometimes those things just happen because Spirit wants us to smack you upside the head for you to finally snap out of that shit and come on now. Come on.
Yes.
You're a phoenix.
Yes.
What is a phoenix? Are
There's
you
a
ready
calling
now
in your
for
life?
everything? Are you ready to be reborn?
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it took one of those type of situations.
Yeah.
And I finally snapped out of it.
You know, that makes me think about and that's my sister and I were she played a Tina Turner song yesterday that I hadn't heard in a long time, and we just kind of started conversing about her life. Like what a life she had with the fame and the fortune, and then there's her abusive relationship. It was almost like her relationship was just as popular as her talent, but even with the movie, like the point of the movie where she was just completely fed up, but then she went through her soul level, like she met this friend who introduced her to the meditation and like finding her inner self. That was so therapeutic, you know what I mean? To see, like, she had the strength all along. She had the strength the whole time. Yeah, my sister and I were just I think Tina Turner's story is so pivotal when it comes down to a great parable, with relationships and finding your inner self, finding your soul, in the midst of a relationship.
Absolutely. What did she do though? What did she end up tapping into?
Well, I just remember vaguely in the movie, and then just hearing, like bits and pieces. I don't know exactly what form of spirituality she tapped into, but we all remember her chants, Okay.
Mm-hmm. What she ended up doing was finding that divine place in herself.
Yes.
Whereas she had been dealt with through the spirit. It's time to get past this. It's time to stop letting this persist. It's time to stop letting this happen.
Yes.
When you gonna wake up? When you gonna snap to it? Come on now, you better than this. You're greater than this. And see, that brings me to a good point. I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Because it took a good friend.
Oh, honey.
Girl, I'm finna cry.
Oh, honey, I'm hugging you in spirit. You know it, girl.
Someone who knew her, knew what she was going through and understood. Not from just this brief little moment. Oh, girl, I can't believe you let that happen. No,
yeah, those are not your supporters. Yeah.
Someone who stuck around for a good long time and said, you know what? I gotta wait for when you're ready.
That's it.
I can only give you so much.
That's
When
it.
you're ready, though, I'm here for you, sis. I'm always here for you. You know what I mean? That's how she did her.
Yes.
That same thing happened to me.
Yeah.
Like I had people who stepped up that was just okay, Spirit. Right, Spirit, I see you.
Mhm.
Let's let it flow. Because the moment that it was like, snap, let's do it. Spirit said, okay, I got you.
Yes.
Come pick her up. Come pick her children up. Come let her stay here. Don't nobody know where that's at. Well, it's time to leave that. Okay, well, let's get you back home with your family. Okay, you back home with your family. Let's get you here. Let's get you there. Let's do, it just immediate.
Yes. Oh yeah. That's why our village or our tribe or our circle is so important. And you, honey, and we don't even need a lot. We don't need a lot of them. We don't need a lot of people. A lot of times these people are in our lives as, I call them, like space fillers. They're just here to like fill a space. That's why my closest ones are so sacred, so sacred. And Jim and I got that loyalty thing anyway. Like when you got some good, genuine people in your life, it's better than hitting the lottery, because sometimes we just need that other voice of reason. And so a lot of times that voice of reason is almost what is calling us when we're right in the midst of the storm, and it's their voice that's leading us out. You know what I mean? It's just like, I thank God so much for my circle, my family. Like my aunt, my aunt, she's the matriarch, her and I, we don't converse as much as we used to, but there is still always that, like, everybody goes to her. You know what I'm saying? Like, even a lot of my friends, like, it's just, and she's an elder, and she just keeps it so 100 that, when you go to her, you're going to get some real raw, when I say raw and uncut, genuine advice, and you take it for face value and you add it to your life, you add it to your escape process. Yeah, it pays to have those people.
Right. Oh, did I fix it? There you go.
Oh, what is it?
Oh, I thought I fixed the echo.
Oh, dang it.
Girl. My mom always used to tell me, because I always wonder, my mom was always around. She was always home. I saw my aunts all the time. Friends of my mom? Not many. And she said, this all I need.
Mm-hmm. That's so true.
She said, I can count them on one hand.
It's so true.
And together.
Mm-hmm.
That's
it.
And I've taken that with me.
Yeah.
I count on 5 hands. Well, as many of y'all
it's our anthem. Yeah. But
it's only a few I call sister.
Yes.
Or brother.
Yes.
I didn't say sis.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't say bro.
Yes, ma'am.
I said sister and brother. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And yes, Luna is one of them.
Y'all better know it. I love it.
But I had got to a place where I was out of the situation. I was happy. But I still felt stuck because I was trying to pull myself out of now starting over.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful to the Great Spirit for bringing people in my life that encourage, that motivated, that uplift.
Yes.
And as much as we, I don't need nobody. Mm-hmm. I'm good by myself. Blah 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 blah. It ain't true.
Yeah, it's not.
It ain't true. We always need somebody who sees what we don't see in ourselves.
It's so true.
And
9 times out of 10, we don't go through a storm without somebody helping us too. Like when you hear people say, I ain't had nobody and I went through this by myself, not really. We always have somebody, and that almost shits on the 1 or 2 people who was actually really there for you. That's why I always like to acknowledge the fact that
I like to think I had a balance. Like I had you, and then I had Nico.
Yes.
And it was dope. It was dope because I had a feminine aspect and a masculine aspect. And it was it was like counsel, like spiritual counsel.
Yes.
It was so divine the way it came and how it was always like a piggyback of each other. But see, we also have to get to a place where we're not afraid to say that we need that help.
It's so
I always
true.
tell my children to close your mouth when you get fed.
Okay, that's a fact.
So if I don't say nothing, you ain't gonna never know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And if I need help, if I don't speak up, I ain't gonna get the help that I need.
For sure.
What I
And if
love
you're
though
a
about
person in my
you,
life and you never help me in need, then that means that, because a lot of times when you're in need, that's also the time you realize that when you have to do the process of elimination of people in your life, because that's when you realize, like, you done been here too long to have never assisted me in anything. And please don't get me wrong, that's not what it's all about in a grand totality. It's not about what you can do for me, but it is definitely what you can do for me when I am in need, for sure, because I know what I bring to the table when it comes down to people being in need. Sometimes we, in the midst of it, that's when you know who you have to remove to. Because we don't need space fillers. We don't just need people in our world just filling up space. Yeah, be of some value and an equal give and take, you know? Like, we may not even, 9 times out of 10, we probably won't be going through, traumatic experiences at the same time. But even if so, we are still supposed to be able to reciprocate that same positive energy towards one another without feeling depleted or being that one person that's always there. You know what I mean? And then when it's your turn, it's like, girl, well, that's just messed up. And that's it.
and that's all you get, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's reciprocity. And that's where you know you got your real ones with you. You got your real ones around you because they're going to pour into you just like you pour into them and vice versa.
Yes.
And if they don't, and you don't feel like you're let that go.
Yeah, no,
let
thank
that go.
you.
Energy has to be exchanged.
It's so true. I think
It
that's
has
why
to
too
be.
when I
That's
go
the way
through traumatic
energy works.
yeah, it's so true. It has to be able to be reciprocated. I think though too, that's why when a lot of times when I have a traumatic, especially with me, like I am, I think I consider myself to be an ambivert. Like when it comes to me giving advice, I'm all in. But when it comes down to myself, I go into seclusion. Like when I'm going through things, I will exile everybody from my world until I feel safe with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, yeah. But 9 times out of 10, you realize who you're actually safe with and who you're not safe with. And so that's where, because I do truly feel like too that we can talk to we're blue in the face about the people that we have in our lives in the flesh. But when I go into the seclusion, that's where our ancestors come in too. We don't give them enough credit. We really truly do not give them enough credit. When these humans fail me, and I don't blame them for failing me because they're human and they're going through their own stuff. Sometimes people just cannot meet me at an emotional level or at a spiritual level that I need them. I'm perfectly okay with that. So I convert to my spirit. If it's a spiritual need, what am I doing with you humans any damn way? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not much you can do for me anyway. So I convert to my ancestors, and girl, and people take that so lightly. I have a mother and a father that is on the other side. I don't care what my mother and father went through on this walking earth. A lot of the closest people to me know the depth of my mother and father's life. But I also knew how much they both individually loved me. And so now I know for a fact that my mother and father are on the other side. They're not doing drugs on the other side. There's a clear way of flowing on the other side. They've had my back. Why would I not call on my mother and father? Why would I not call on two entities that I know loved and cared about me in the walking life? I got my favorite cousin, my grandfather. Like, my granddad loved me so much. Like, I feel like there's been a few times where I had financial hardship and my granddaddy made sure he blessed me. Like, I got too much. I got too much greatness. I got too many entities and humans and deities that actually serve my life. When humans disappoint me, it's okay. It's really okay. Yeah.
That's
I'm all right
spiritual
with
strength.
it. Well, too, because I feel like a lot of times when we go through traumatic shit, God really is trying his best to bring us back to it anyway. Like, I know these people can't serve you. I'm trying to get you to come on back home for a minute. Have a seat. You know, you ain't been here in a while. I missed you. You know, I feel like that's where the
I felt that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I did.
How you been? How's
We used
life?
to talk about those I don't know why I want to say dark soul of the nights. I don't know. Dark night of the soul. Dark night of the soul.
Uh-huh. Oh yes.
People don't know how pivotal those are.
Mm-hmm.
Those moments are so intricate.
Mm-hmm.
They are so important. We can't down ourselves for having a night full of a cry.
Yes.
It's purging and it's cleansing, it's clearing. I went through that.
Oh,
Living in an extended stay with 4 children.
mm-hmm.
Wow. That asshole is doing his thing. You know what I mean?
And he was an asshole. I just like to clarify that he was a real asshole. He was a whole entire.
Come on, testify.
Ooh, honey, because baby, and it's not a lot of people that I don't like. It's not a lot of people that I don't like. But he was a real asshole. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But we ain't gonna dwell on that. I just had to get that off my chest, though.
No more energy. Can't feed over him.
Done. Mm-hmm. Yep. Done.
But I tell you, that was like, it was so pivotal. Pivotal. Look, my lips are dry. Y'all feel
Okay.
And it just, it's like it cleared space, it cleared way. So I have the masculine and the feminine of my friendships, my sister and my brother, you know. And these things are just ringing in the back of my mind, advice, and remember who you are, and all of this. And it's like, you know, you go through the woe is me and the why this and the why that. And they tell you, don't question God, don't question God. Oh, I question.
Oh, honey,
But
yes,
I have
ma'am.
to in order to get understanding, right? Even the Bible says, in all things get understanding. Well, you understand stuff when you question stuff.
That's it.
So don't believe that crap them preachers say. Don't question God. You better hey, God, look here.
Exactly. I need answers. Okay. God gets it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, God gets it. Yeah.
It was a breaking point.
Mm-hmm.
It was the moment where it was like, I think you cried enough.
Yes.
I think you learned the lesson. You see it, right? It was almost like, Great Spirit came down and just sat in front of me. It's almost like my ayahuasca experience.
Mm-hmm.
Where like it was like ancestors just coming to me. And the last one was me, myself, and it just hit me right here in my third eye, like it's you.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
But that's how it seemed. When I came through all the crying, snotting, and slobbing, and all, so I was in the bathroom floor because I didn't want to disturb my children.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, you're done doing this now.
Yeah.
You're done doing this now because I've given you reminder after reminder of who you are. You done came out of this, you came out of that, you're thriving in this aspect right now, you're doing this right now, you're doing that. Who would be where you are right now? Who would be?
Yes.
And I had to look at everything. And then I had the reminders coming from you, coming from my brother, coming from other people that it was like, you're Phoenix.
Yes.
Backstory, I've been called Phoenix. I'm 39 now. Oh my gosh, I'm 39.
And it's
I've been called Phoenix for a very long time.
Yes.
My family calls me Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
My mother calls me Phoenix.
Yeah.
And it's just at that moment, it was just like, okay, I see. I see now. The bounce back was immediate.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just fast forward because I was still doing this podcast.
Yeah.
I was still working.
Mm-hmm.
I was still maintaining. I was still taking care of home, taking care of my children. And I think what snapped was I tapped into my spiritual self.
Yes.
Because we're not this flesh. Now, that's one thing in Christianity that they got right.
Mm-hmm.
Greater is he that is in me than he that is in this world. This flesh ain't nothing.
Correct.
But the spirit that's within me, the soul that dwells in me, is great, it's grand, it's magnificent. It is capable of doing things greater than who? Because the Bible says, Christ says that you can do even greater things than I, paraphrasing.
Mm-hmm.
With that understanding, you realize and understand that, you know what, as they say in the church, that he was the greatest example of all.
Yes.
Well, what does that mean when something is an example?
Mm-hmm.
That means that you can follow suit, you can emulate, you can mock that, you can be that, you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
But he said you can be greater
than.
By no means am I a Christian, but that Bible got some good stuff in it.
Let me tell you something, some really good stuff, Yeah, that you can apply to your day-to-day life when you're going through traumas. Yes, for sure. There's definitely a lot of truth in it.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
So I took that and the advice of my sister, the advice of my brother, and oh my gosh, the increase and the change of frequency. Because that's what happened. When you begin to tap into your spiritual self, you switch. You're like you going with the radio. You in there tune in and
that's
trying to figure it out and find out what station I need to be on, frequency, because I need to hear over here, not over there.
That's it.
And tap into this over here, not that over there.
That's it. Yeah.
And you tune in. And what ends up coming out of you is nothing but your greatness.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what you're supposed to be operating in anyway.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. And then you exceed your own expectations, because when we're weak, we don't see any of that. We don't see any of that at all. Yeah, that's the most gratifying part about going through, because the thing is you will get through. Like, you will most definitely get through. I remember telling you, like, girl, you getting ready to exceed your own expectations. And I was so happy to be able to say those words out of my mouth, because I genuinely felt that. I saw it and I believed it. And here you are. And now here you are.
Look, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Right.
Yes.
And I just want this to be encouraging to any and everybody, all y'all watching, and we appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here. Thank y'all
thank you guys.
Trusting that this is a safe space, because it is.
Yes.
Jay Van says, how do you guys ground yourself? In that moment.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm getting ready to do the Tina.
In that moment that I was in, because I'm a nature girl.
Yes.
I love to be out in nature. I'm a Cali city country girl. So I'm a city girl, but I like country things.
Yes.
But I found, because I ended up going back home to California. And I found the river that I was looking for. Where the river? I can't get to the beach. I'm not by the beach. I don't have transportation. I need some water. I need some trees. I need some pebbles, some sand, some something.
Yes.
I found the river and realized I could actually walk to it, bus to it, Uber to it, Lyft, whatever. I took advantage of that.
Oh yes. And
I
even
will
if you
go
don't
down
have those
Grand Main
outlets, even if you don't have those outlets, the thing is find a local park, utilize your backyard. If you don't have those things, because I remember living in an apartment, there was no backyard. If you got to use what you got. And if you have to utilize that space at home, it's just clearing the space. It's clearing your space so that you can be intimate with you in spirit. The ground for me, grounding is I just don't want to have any um what's the word I'm looking for, interruptions. I just want it to be, I don't care where I'm at, you can ground yourself no matter where you are. You can be on an airplane and you can ground yourself as long as you can block out everything that's going on around you. Grounding to me is in the mental. It does
There's
help though
techniques.
to be, yeah, it does help if you have natural resources, so that you can go and be one with God. Listen, I don't give a shit if you gotta go to the park, grab you out a little square grass, take it home and stand in it. Okay, like just water it, take it home and stand it to keep yourself grounded by any means necessary.
I used to take pine
Okay,
cones. Pine
it
cones.
works. People don't understand. It works. It works. It definitely works. Any form of nature. You know what I'm saying? And two, a lot of times I think because it's just such a trend now, with the sage and the incense and the palo and all this stuff. I think, people are just doing it because it's such a trend. But the thing is, it's like they all serve a purpose. Like those are nice tools that you can also use to ground yourself, and the thing is don't just light it because of the smell. You light it
I have
purposely
purpose.
for its intent. Yeah.
Mhm.
And you tap
Right.
in. You tap in.
I think my go-to as far as smudging was more so it was pine,
Yeah.
cedar,
I love cedar.
frankincense,
Yes.
patchouli.
Yes, I love that one too. That
Those
patchouli is
those
super
are what Spirit
sensual.
had me gravitate towards.
Yeah. Yes, yes. I like the Three Kings resin. I love
Oh, I love Three Kings.
yeah, I love the King's resin. I like copal too. It's one of
Oh,
my
so see,
faves.
it was copal for me too. That was the main one. I don't know how I forgot.
Copal was so big for me. Yeah, copal was huge. Copal and palo was my favorite.
So copal comes from a tree. I want to say in Mexico, South
Yep.
America as well. It's actually young amber, and it was used by our ancestors for purification. This is the reason why we gravitate towards it a lot. Because going through the things that we go through in life, we have to cleanse away the impurities, I want to say, imperfections and impurities that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. Like,
Yeah.
so there's this thing also, and you asked about grounding, Jay. I also utilized, oh gosh, I slipped my mind just that quick. But I utilized sound healing.
I was gonna say mantras. Yeah, I was gonna say mantras. Yeah.
I also do mudras.
Yeah.
Because whether we believe it or not, we are constantly going through a healing process.
All the time.
Okay?
All the time.
Because our soul, our spirit is not anchored here.
Yes.
This is foreign to our soul and spirit.
Yes.
Being trapped down on a three-dimensional worldly plane. This is not natural to us. So this is why they say we are the creator, having a physical experience or whatever,
Yes. Yeah.
however they put that. That's why they say that. This is not, it's not something that we're even supposed to be learning like that. We're supposed to be learning how to love one another, how to bring like energies together. We're supposed to be, and it's much grander, much grander than what a lot of the new ages and stuff is saying right now. Because they're talking about your twin flame, your soulmates. Like you worried about the wrong things, honey.
Yes, because that's only a part of this experience. Because once this experience is over, yes. Yeah. Once this experience is over, then you go to a whole new level. Well, at least we hope they do. Not everybody
does. And then guess what though? Because that twin flame or soulmate or whatever may not even be there with you.
It's so true.
They may not even evolve. They may not even learn nothing.
That's it. And they may end up having to stay here a little bit longer. Our journeys are also different. We're just company. We're just here to keep each other company. Yeah.
Or pretending.
Yes.
Because
yes.
Honestly. And I'm just gonna put it out there. Like I've been quiet long enough.
Oh yeah.
I have been lied on, made out to be something I'm not for a year.
Yeah.
A whole freaking year.
Yeah.
I ain't had nothing negative to say. All I ever did was try to uplift myself.
And that's how I know
To
I am a
get through
work in
this, to be
progress.
strong and powerful for my children's sake, because I have a almost 17-year-old daughter who's watching me.
Yes.
I got boys who are like, I don't like how she's feeling. I don't like what she's going through. I don't like what's happening. I don't like what I'm seeing and experiencing.
And the feeling versus your sons and your daughters are so different. They are so freaking different. And oh my God. And then you have, like I was saying before, or when you stepped away, I got 4 individuals. And just having these 4 children, it's one thing to mold them, but it's another thing for them to, I'm not sure what happened, guys, but I'll continue. It's one thing to mold them, but it's a whole nother thing to watch them while they're watching us have our experience. Like my children's perception of me, especially when I'm going through traumas and things like that, that is so important to me. It's so pivotal to me. I don't mind my children seeing me cry, but I do mind my children seeing me suffer. There's a and don't get me wrong, suffering is a part of life, but they're going to see the strong side in me, because that's what I'm so trying to instill in them, that I want it to look like it's foreign when they see it from somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that to be their normal, and we got to be so, because it's not even just about us when we're going through these moments. You know what I'm saying? We got these 4 individuals that's looking at us, and them sons are going to grow up to be men one day, and that daughter's going to grow up and to find her man one day, and I really do think, Phoenix, that you set a great example for your children. You're human. You're going to go through experiences. And a lot of times we beat ourselves up, you know what I'm saying, because of what we allow our children to see. But the thing is what are you going to do about the situation? I just don't have a lot of respect for people that stay. And hear me out, because I am a person who stayed like way, way too long, knowing that I had children. And if it's uncomfortable for me to see somebody else like that, like I fit in that same equation. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got to step outside the box, because our own life ain't even really about us. You know what I'm saying? We got these kids too that it creates a domino effect. That's a big statement. The generational curse kind of like thing. You know what I'm saying? Because and then even from that standpoint, it's like, okay, what are things that are negative about me that I saw in my mother? What are some negative things that I saw in me that I saw in my mother that was also instilled in my grandmother? Because I've got a chance to experience these other 2 women that I came from. And how is this going to affect my daughters?
Tapping into your spiritual self, because it makes you aware. You then begin to connect the dots. My grandmother, let me take it on back. My great grandmother was in abusive relationships.
Yeah.
My grandmother was in abusive relationships. My mother was in abusive relationships.
Yeah.
Mind you, I was fortunate enough as a child to not see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that energy is still there. So we remember that their essence lives through us, through mitochondrial DNA. So we're still getting that energy. We're still feeling it. But if you don't take the time to recognize it and say, wait a minute, okay, this can't keep happening this way. This can't keep going on. Something's not right. So it's tapping into that.
And imagine how many people don't know what they don't know. There's so many people that don't even know the depth of that, and don't even know that that's something that they should even be inquiring about. That's what keeps the generational curse flowing and getting stronger and stronger per generation. It's really sad. It's so sad to me, because I think that people think that spirituality is a trend. It's a fad, or it's just like what people are doing these days. I think there's a lot of people that exist like that, not understanding the depth of that's really what the whole spiritual thing is about. Getting to know your ancestral roots and how much of those roots you're even carrying along with you and with your children. I just feel like it runs so deep. You know, it runs so deep. I remember having to remind myself at points in my life that I was not my mother and that my story was not her. My story wasn't going to be her story. There was a fear of that, though. There was a huge fear that my children were going to suffer in certain ways because of what I saw. But two, it was like, with being so aware of that, it's like, okay, before I have these children, I have the right to switch that up. You know what I mean? It's like, now that I am aware, I know that it's in my power to make their lives different. It's in my power, and what I choose to do when it comes down to making my children's life better doesn't have to have anything to do with my mother's negative aspects at all. And they can have everything to do with her positive aspects, because my mother was a June 13th Gemini, born on Friday the 13th. Yvette was the epitome of good and evil. My mother was what's smack dab in the middle of the year?
Don't say that. It's my birthday. Don't say
that. Listen, honey, it's baby, you gave birth to something very, very, very powerful. Okay. And my mother was an angel and a demon. She was a devil and she was God. She was good and she was bad. She was a friend. She was an enemy. She was just she was just all of those things. But the magnitude of her negativity was huge, but the magnitude of her positivity was just as huge, if not even more greater than that. You know, like my mother's gone now, and I love hearing people tell stories to me about my mom. Like, she wasn't even my mom. Like, but oh, tell me again. I could hear that story a million times, but I'm gonna be just as enthused, you know, as hearing it. My mother was a great person, so I just try to take those things, you know, like, I know how to be, and not to say that it's like the most important thing, because no, it's not, but it is important and pivotal to still be friends with your children. You know, like, my mother didn't have a problem with being friendly with us. You know what I mean? My mother didn't have a problem with my mother's, with her advice. It was so raw and uncut that, you know, kind of standoffish a little bit, but it was just so real, you know, that you had no choice but to take it for face value. So I just try to latch on to, you know, all of the good parts of her, you know, the good attributes she had, because those are worth carrying along, you know what I'm saying, and passing on to my children. I don't have to feel like, you know, or have that inner fear that I'm going to continue her domino effect, you know, because it's like, once you realize what it is, it can stop right where you decide for it to stop, you know, because there's still always so much work to do. There's still always so much work to do. Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
So what I like to do is dissect this word spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's been attached to religion so much that people don't get it anymore. It's sacred. It is a sacred word that needs to be put back in its place. It's not a trend. It's not something that's supposed to be public. This is something that you're supposed to hold near and dear to yourself. It has no attachment to religion, dogma, or anything like that outside of yourself. Spiritual is two words: spirit and ritual.
Yes.
It is something that you do that is beneficial to your spirit on a regular basis. We have, as a people, I'm going to say, have gotten so far away from that, and we have fallen into so many different trends that we're not even operating in that anymore.
Oh, it's true.
Meditation.
It's like an outfit. It's like an outfit. You know, it's the new thing. It's all, everybody's burning sage now. So let me go get me some sage. And it's just like, please, like, get the
even the practices though. Like meditation. I don't need to watch you meditate. Meditation is sacred. Because meditation is focusing keen thought, or it's allowing yourself to be open to receive.
Yes.
But if you're doing this because to be on camera, to be on social media, to let people see you in the park next to the street
Right.
meditating, you're not getting what you're supposed to get, because in that moment, you're supposed to be getting messages. Now,
Yes.
everybody wants to look outside themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Those messages don't come from outside of you, they come from inside of you.
Have a good night.
That energy, you already have the energy of the creator in you.
Yeah.
So why would it come from outside of you?
Right. Right.
Those
Yeah.
techniques and tools and things that you do as your spirit ritual
Yes.
is not meant for the outside world.
Yes. It's intimate. It's sacred.
That's the word.
Yeah. It's sacred.
Intimate.
It's intimate. Yeah. You know,
I remember back in 2013, I was really, really big on developing my spirituality
yeah.
because I got so tired of religion.
Mm-hmm.
I studied Christianity. I studied with Jehovah's Witness. I studied the Hebrew Israelites. I tapped into a little bit of Buddhism. I tapped into Hindu. I tapped into a lot of things because I was searching for something that was already inside of me.
Yes.
I was looking outside of me. Oh, that looks great. That looks good.
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's what they're doing. I'm gonna try it.
But I admire that, though. The thing is I admire somebody who's truly, genuinely trying to find their place in the spiritual world. Like I get what you're saying too, because it's like it's already embedded within us. I think we're comfortable with the traditions, and if it's like I want to belong to a title, so I'm gonna pick Buddhism, or I'm gonna pick being a Muslim. I'm gonna pick this one. Like for me, my just is I learn about a little bit of all of it, and I'm gonna take little bits and pieces of all of it and just carry it along with me along the way. Like I just really truly feel like I'm okay with not belonging to a specific religious base or even to like a spiritual. But I don't have where I belong doesn't have to have a title, because that title would really only be to make people around me comfortable so they can know where I stand. That ain't even none of your business where I stand on the spiritual realm. What if I don't have a religion? What I belong to I say that it doesn't even have a name. What if I say that I belong to every single one of them? How are you different are you going to look at me? And at the end of the day, that's none of my business either. I really don't care how you look at me. You know what I'm saying? And generally speaking, we find our peace in our religion, or even like our spirituality, where God gives it to us. You know, like if you're comfortable in the church, then by all means go to church. You know, like I said, I got a couple of close friends that are asking me to go to church right now. Absolutely, let's go to church. Am I going to sign up, or am I going to become a member? Probably, definitely not.
Look, I don't mind going to church.
I don't either. Let's go. Because praise is praise, and we can do that anywhere. Like I can never get around the feeling that I used to have when I went to church. I loved it.
Look here. There is this collective energy that is in the church.
Yes, it is.
And when you get in there and everybody is what they say on one accord. And it don't matter if you believe what the preacher say or you don't. It's the fact that everybody together is feeling the same thing.
And it's an energy. Yes.
And you guys just everybody just vibe off of that. Is a wonderful experience. It's tribal.
It is very tribal.
We are tribal people.
And I think that those are our souls interacting. It's a soul level thing. I know. I remember being a kid, like, oh my God, why do I feel this way in church? Like, I don't want to cry and I don't want to run up and down this aisle, but I wanted to so bad. But it's a stigma. There is something so invigorating about church. You leave church feeling like, oh, I can change the world. I'm about to go home and get my life together. You know, I remember leaving church and feeling so good for a good 3-day stretch, a good 3-day time spent. So I understand why you have the elders or older women that they in church 3 days out the week, because they try not to lose that feeling. Okay. Like I get it.
Okay, because they got the grandbabies going through this. They got
their children, their kids, and everyday life. Yes. And then they've been through some things. They've experienced some things, you know? So that's where they go to grow. I get it. I totally
That's
get
right.
it. Yeah, I don't knock nobody's. I don't knock nobody's. My thing is though is just don't be a spiritual leech. I cannot stand a spiritual leech. It's like a termite, not a termite. It's like a parasite. They're parasitical
Mhm.
because they will come and try to. It's like a leech you can't get off without a lighter. Okay, it's like, and they will try to
Mhm.
suck all of your information. How do you do this? And how do you learn this and this and this? And it's like, you don't even plan on doing nothing with this. You don't plan to, or your motive is something totally freaking different. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, I think that's my biggest thing when it comes to, I don't care what religion people choose. You can be an atheist. I respect every single bit of that. Just don't be a taker. Don't be an energy taker. Don't be a spiritual taker. I can't take those kind. You got some people that don't know where they're going in the spiritual realm at all. They don't know if they're coming or going. They're not trying to necessarily find themselves spiritually, but they know that you possess a lot of great energy. They're going to want some of that. Those are the
Oh
people I
yeah.
stay away from now, you know. Other than that, I don't knock nobody. I don't. I
See,
know
and
I
it's
got some
funny you
family
say
members
that.
that feel some type of way, honey, about me being a reader. Whew, baby, that's some
I
funny stuff.
love it. I don't care what
Baby,
nobody
and
say.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. But it's like, why? Why you feel some kind of way? I ain't trying to force nothing on y'all. I ain't trying to force nothing on you. And I don't even want to go
Mhm.
tit for tat just because there's some negative things that I don't like about the church. That's obvious. Like you can
And
slap
it don't
some
even.
proof in folks'
The thing with
face.
that though is people act like they don't know.
And that's the part that's frustrating. And it's like, but I'm not you. So what I'm definitely not getting ready to do is listen to you down me and what I do, or hear through the grapevine, you know, that you down me and what I do. I'm not getting ready to go back and pick up, you know, where I'm on your social media, on a social media page, like, well, you know, well, you got this to say about me, but what about you doing
Girl, take
X? I
it
ain't
off.
got
Take
time
your
for none of
earring
that.
off.
Girl, listen, if they don't figure it out, baby, my phone was ringing off the hook with that post I put up the other day. Like, if I can summons up I don't have it in me, Phoenix. I just don't have it. I don't have it in me to be combative about something that's so sacred to me. That's your problem. Okay, I'm gonna flip it. Like I told my husband, if I go blind, can you make sure you give me a deck in braille? Because I'm going to read my cards as long as I can read my cards. I will leave a
Yes.
child at home. I will forget a kid before I forget my tarot deck. So somebody else's opinion about me and my spiritual realm and how I like to do my spiritual practices. When I tell you, I just look at him and I just be thinking to myself, like, why would you make what I do something so pivotal in your life? Because I literally don't, I literally don't even care about what you think about me and what I do with my day-to-day life. I have not a single care. Why do you care about me? I feel sorry for people like that.
That's part. It's part of your spirit ritual. It's part of who
Yes.
you. And that's the thing. It's who you are. That's why it's
Yes.
so important to allow yourself to have those moments.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and come back to yourself.
Yes.
That
And
spirit
come back
ritual,
to your
your
tribe and not feel
spirituality is what does
judged.
it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's why it's
It's what
important to
does
have
it.
a
That's the
tribe so
thing
that
you
you don't
cling.
feel judged.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the thing you
Mm-hmm.
cling to that keeps you close to the Creator, the Most High, the Great Spirit, whatever you want to call it, with your
It's so
daddy.
true. Yes. Because if
That's
religion
the
is what
tether.
keeps other people close, like that's okay. You take what keeps you close to God. I feel like God came up with religions for all of us different individuals for a purpose and plan. God don't give a shit what title that we want to give it, just as long as you go back to him or go back to it. Like, well, who am I to look at somebody else and say that, oh my God, well, you don't practice what I practice? Or even if I want to throw the out blatant facts about religion in their face, I still feel like that's kind of sort of not fair either. Because
It's
it's
not.
like these people already know. They already know. And if you've decided to choose this, I'm respecting that. I'm just gonna respect that because I care about you. And I can care enough about a stranger to respect that. I thank God that God even gave me a choice. Thank God, because if I had to let somebody else choose what I did spiritually, I'd be really upset. You know, like I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, you know how that is, especially when it comes down to when people hear the word spiritual. I don't know why
It
they
has such
always.
a negative thing. I don't know why.
I
You
don't
tell
get.
your
I
grandmother,
never
"Oh, I'm
understood
spiritual. I'm not
that.
religious. I'm spiritual." They be like, "Oh,
Oh God, yes, yes, yes,
well."
yes, yes, yes. I don't, and it's so crazy because I don't even like. I think I don't know, and I don't think it's because of the reaction that I get, because I'm a Gemini. I got Kanye West energy kind of sort of. I don't give a fuck what you think about. When I tell you, baby,
Okay.
I don't care. I'm not supposed to. I'm not even supposed to. But I just feel like it's so sacred that ain't even none of their business. I don't have to tell
Absolutely.
you. It's like asking me how much money I make, or asking them,
That
those
ain't gonna
common
none you.
questions. Yeah, or how old are you? I always remember hearing, it's kind of disrespectful to ask a woman how old she is. Well, why is religion so easy? It's such an open topic. No, don't disrespect. Don't even ask me, because what I do with my religion is so sacred that it ain't even none of nobody else's business.
Ain't none of your business.
Yeah. And so
Absolutely.
why are you here? Are
Absolutely.
you here for a service? Are you here because you're my friend? Are you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you here? You're not here to question my sacredness. You're not here to question my personal area of my life. It's none of your business. To me,
Mm-mm.
it's intimate. It's like
I love
asking
the
me
way
what
you
me and my
said
husband
that.
do in the bedroom. That's none of your business.
Ain't none of your business. But I like how
Mhm.
you said that. It's your sacred self.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what
Yeah.
all of this is. Being able to get back to your godhood.
Yes.
And the way you do that is, first and foremost, recognizing where you are.
Yes.
And a lot of times that comes with a slap in the face by the
Yes, honey.
ancestors and the creator. I'm just,
Mhm.
come on now. I know
Yeah.
y'all know this. I know y'all done been there, done that. But yeah, I got a twin kicking ass. And I know that's when I changed my whole life,
Yep. Yep.
But it takes
Yes.
that. It
It's so
takes that.
true.
And
Girl, God
you
will
get that
whoop our
slap and you speak.
asses. Whoo, honey, it be
Mhm.
feel like daddy. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Or
God
maybe
will
not
whoop it.
even that. Maybe not even the moment of having to apologize. Not
Yes.
to the creator, but maybe just yourself.
Oh,
Like, why
that
I let
too.
myself do that? Why I didn't pay attention? Why didn't? And we have those
And
moments
that's
we
a
go back
lower
and we
self
look at it.
energy. Yeah, that's a lower self energy, because the thing is when people ask that question, it's the answer a lot of times that they run away from, because the answer can that can range from, I did that because I have low self-esteem. I did that because or why did I stay? God,
Hmm.
I just feel like there's so many negative reasons on why, because that puts the mirror in people's face, because we're asking, why do we allow ourselves to go through a traumatic situation? But the reasoning is probably just as negative as the situation, but the reason has everything to do with us. So it's almost
Mm-hmm.
like,
Mm-hmm.
do I subconsciously feel like I deserve what I went through
See,
at that
you
point?
got you got to be bold enough, though. You got to be bold
Yes.
enough to ask those
Yes.
questions because that's where your healing
Yeah.
starts.
Yeah, because I didn't want to
Get out of
dissect
being in
myself
denial.
enough. Yes, I didn't want to just dissect myself enough, or peel my onion layers back to. But the thing is though, we live within ourselves. We know what this shit is. We know what it is. But the thing is we think about it just on that surface level, and then we stop. We let it go because we don't want to be our own worst enemy. It's easier to point the finger at the ex. It's easier to point the finger at the job that I can't stand and hate, when I can quit any day, when I can walk away from his ass and leave any given moment. But why am I here? Because I lack insecurity. I don't believe I can make it on my own. I had a big issue with that. I still have an issue with that. Like, and
You
this is
just feel like you can't do it on your own.
baby, and this is just truthful
And
vulnerability. Like, there is a lot of time it was really, really rocky between me and my husband once upon a time. And one of my biggest reasons for not leaving is because I didn't feel like I can fend for myself and my 4 children. That was reason enough for me to stay and go through so much shit before my husband decided to go to rehab, change his life around. Like, and I was willing to go through it. But for me, surface level, it sounded a lot better to say, oh, this is my marriage. We're gonna try to work it out. We're married and we got these kids. And it's like, nope, if I had enough confidence in myself, I probably definitely would have left a long time ago, but I didn't, because I didn't have enough confidence within myself. Like, a lot of times we are our own worst enemies in situations.
Absolutely.
90% all of the time. I say all of the time, unless we're children. The only people that can't necessarily be fully responsible for what goes on in their day-to-day life are children. Us as adults, and that's why God keeps sending us through messed up situations. It's like, you're gonna learn the lesson. It almost feels like, and then we get the question to God, like, God, why is this happening to me? Because you're not getting the lesson. Like, God's trying to get you to grow. And we're so combative with ourselves and wanting to blame the other person. Well, she did this to me, or he did that to me. Like, so what you gonna do to protect yourself? What you gonna do to remove yourself from the situation? But a lot of times we don't want to look. We don't want to look. We don't want to dig deep. We don't want to come to the realization that it's our fault, that we've been here for so long. I have been that person. I've been that person for sure.
Yeah, me too. I've been there.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, yeah. It's easier to point the finger. Like, it's easy to point the finger at our parents. Well, my mother was this and that. You know, my upbringing or my life was horrible, and this is the reason why you the way you are. Like, don't nobody get time. It's the state of denial. It's not wanting to take the responsibility, which means that we are going to be so stagnant. I was just having a conversation with another one of my. I think it's so crazy for me to see a person with salt and pepper hair and got a you know, they look as though they have a certain amount of wisdom to them, and then you really get to know this person. It's like, you're actually only 21 years old. Like, your body is 50 some odd. Your body has been here on this earth for 50 some odd years, but your mental literally stopped elevating at the age of 21. That is baffling to me. And it's like, as a child, right? Say I'm in danger, you know, I'm in trouble, and I find myself to, you know, I see somebody, and this person looks strong, and this person looks secure, you know, or like, this person looks like he would know what to do. And you run to this person, help me, not knowing the depth of this person's mentality. What if they're not mentally equipped to help you? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that was a really weak parable, but still, you know, like, it's hard to, especially depending on the relationship that you have with these people. If you allow yourself to get into a relationship before you fully know somebody, it's like, wait a minute, I really just got into a relationship with a fucking 12-year-old, and I didn't know, because I didn't get to know this person well enough before I committed to this relationship. And now I got to figure out a way to get out of this. You know what I'm saying? Because this person is really a child. And sometimes people don't even find that out until it's 4 or 5 years down the road, because we're busy growing and evolving, but this person growing this way, that person growing that way. When we meshed up, you know, maybe I was naive and I didn't see those things, but sometimes it takes a few years for you to see it. And it's like, oh, wow, that's an aha moment right there. That's a real aha moment. Like, you're 50 years old. But a lot of times the breakdown mentally, it's like right where that person had like the most traumatic experiences of their life. So you can have a child that was molested at 12 and mentally they stopped growing at that point, but this physical body is still growing, and they're still 12 years old, harboring the trauma and all those things that they went through. And the mental growth, it's baffling. It's baffling to me. That's why I try my best. Like, God, please just keep me aware. Just keep me growing, God. Like, just please keep me growing mentally as well as spiritually. This body gonna grow anyway, okay? Like, long as we hear this body gonna age and it's gonna do what it's supposed to do naturally. But I'm so fixated on my mental growth and my spiritual growth, because those are the things that we got to put a lot more work into, you know, than this here physical stuff. These bodies heal themselves. A lot of time we go into the doctor for different things. This body gonna work it out. It's the mental and the spiritual that we don't give enough work.
Realization right there.
Yeah, for sure.
That puts you in that place of recognizing. Once you realize it, you got to actualize it, right? Yeah. You got to start to operate in it, to walk in.
Well, because your karma is even worse once you know. Once you know and you do nothing about it, that karma getting ready to eat that ass up. Do you hear me? Straight up to your face. Okay. And on a level of, that's almost like God putting us on another level of punishment. Like, I done showed you the light. I done gave you the tools, the ammunition and everything, and you're going to ignore it. Okay, that's fine. Girl,
listen. Again. Repeat.
Yep.
But see, I'm grateful that
And
that's
I'm
all
gonna
it
ask,
is
I'm
most of
gonna
the
throw some
time.
spice on it this time. I'm gonna make it a little spicier each time. Like,
A little
look, when
bit
I tell you,
hard, a little bit hard.
I just want to learn the lesson, God. Like, God,
Let me
separate me from
see it.
my
Open
own
your
wants.
eyes.
Yes, God, please separate me from my own personal wants and needs from these situations, and just show me where the lesson is. Please show me.
Yes.
Because some shit I don't want to go through twice. Some shit is good enough to go through twice, though. But that's a whole nother story. You know what I'm saying?
Next Saturday. No.
Okay, stay tuned. Stay tuned, ladies. Temptation.
So we're gonna talk
Temptation.
about the pleasures of no.
Woohoo, honey. That part. So
Look.
yeah, but we're focused on being diligent, okay, with moving
We
forward.
gotta get back to our spiritual self first.
That's just it. Okay. Keep me grounded, Lord. Keep me grounded. Please and thank you, because I'm human with this flesh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to encourage those of you who are watching, you know, there's nothing is too tough. Nothing is too hard.
Ever.
We can make it through anything.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be willing to first and foremost look at yourself. Because your happenings are not just because of the next person. You made choices. You made decisions. You stuck around for these things to happen.
Yes.
You allowed these things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you got to be able to check yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Okay? Because you bad for your
Because that's
own
what
health.
the truest saying ever right there, right?
Yes, it was. Mm-hmm.
Because if you can't, then you're going to constantly keep going through this same thing. And guess what? You're going to keep whoop you when I want to.
Okay.
When I want to. When I want to. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes. Yes.
So,
yeah.
This whole show tonight again was to be a light.
Yes.
And to encourage you that you don't got to stay in something that just don't serve you. And when I heard the echo, I heard stay with something that don't deserve you.
Okay.
Stay in something that doesn't deserve
you.
Okay, Spirit.
That's it. Loud and clear. We heard you.
Because ultimately in the situation that I was in, I didn't deserve that.
Yes.
And mind you, I'm going to say this just because I got a kind heart.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't deserve what we were going through either. But the difference is the manipulation that took place.
Yeah.
Was for his benefit.
Yes, and gratification. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
he was feeding ego. It wasn't for nothing for him. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So again, I don't know if you want to share any more, sis. I'm not going to share any more. I mean, look. I started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
Hey, listen, okay.
And I'm happy. I'm not cocky by no means, but I'm grateful.
Yes.
Because it could have went.
And the thing is, it's like you earned the right to be where you are. Like, listen, it's one thing to be arrogant in a situation, but the thing is, like, it's perfectly okay to recognize where you come from and what you've been through and give yourself some kudos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, Jay, this was for everybody.
Jay is so consistent.
This for everybody. Do you hear me? This for you, me, my sis, my brothers, your babies. This for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, men, women, alike. Okay, share it everywhere. Let everybody know. I mean, because look, just because it's us women up here and we talking about our happenings and stuff, it don't mean that a brother or you yourself having gone through something like this. Brothers is out here puffing it out too. Brothers is out here dealing with some crazies, okay?
Listen, when it come down to my husband, like I can
be the word.
Yeah. Yes. When it come to, let me tell you something. Just because I got a story about my husband don't mean that my husband ain't got a story about me. Because one thing for sure and two things for certain is that if I was going through something with him, he for sure was going to be going through something with me, because that's just the way it's going to be. And I'm not, and it's toxic. Okay. Please hear me out. It's toxic. But the thing is that I put him through some stuff, and on purpose. He went through some things.
I'll probably put my ex through some stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, with me, it ain't no probably to it. I purposely put my husband through something. When I say on purpose, and it was because he was my enemy at the time. I was sleeping with the enemy. I was his enemy, and he was mine, baby. Because for me, if I'm not going to be here and you put me through some shit, and I'm not getting ready to voluntarily, strategically put you through some things too. But it was the most toxic mentality. Just because that's what the mentality was, don't mean that it was right. But I definitely put my husband through some things. I put him through some things that he didn't necessarily deserve. Some things he did deserve.
It's the thing though. What did you learn?
Yes, and what did he learn? Because the thing is we're both going through this experience at the same time, and there's lessons for the both of us. There's lessons for the both of us. Like, and this is on some real shit. Like, and this is for Jay. I got 2 sons and I have 2 daughters. I would not recommend that at a point in my marriage, the kind of woman that I was. Would I recommend my sons stay with a woman who was like me? This is on some real, this ain't even vulnerable. I'm just keeping it so fucking 100 with you. Hell no. If my son came to me with the problems that I was presenting for my husband, if you don't pack your shit and come home and leave her ass right now, like, at least just know that as a mama, I got your back to that level, but she don't mean you no good. Okay. And I'm speaking about the kind of woman that I was to their father. I wouldn't even recommend that for my sons. But here it is. My husband and I were so intertwined, with, I don't even know. I feel like at some point it was like, we just gonna make each other's life a living hell. Like, I feel like at some point in my marriage, that was our motive. But I don't recommend that for my sons either. And I was never always a perfect woman. Definitely not.
Didn't that make you like evaluate more of the situation?
Most definitely, especially knowing that they were watching us the whole time. Whole time. Like, listen, vulnerability, another point of vulnerability. I remember having certain arguments in front of my husband, knowing that my children were watching. And I said certain things to my husband because in the back of my mind, if my daughter is ever in a situation like this, she needs to know that she needs to be defending herself in front of any man, from any man. Don't just let no man talk to you like you ain't shit. Even though then to me, I'm looking at that as teaching her a defense mechanism when I should have been trying to remove myself from this situation so she didn't have to see these things,
I'm sorry.
Okay.
We're gonna address this.
Who is that?
That is my ex. You ready? We're gonna address this. My last email was sincere. I apologize for anything I have caused. My last email to you was true. I can say I messed up. I go and will us peace. Thank you.
That's growth.
Thank you. Because for a year, I have been trying to pick myself up. For a year, I have been trying to be strong for my children. For a year, I have been trying to release, let go, move on, and deal with me and mine. And I've had to endure negativity upon negativity, lies, hate, bullshit. And while I hold myself accountable for the shit that I may have done, the shit that I may have said, the things that may have made you uncomfortable, the things that may have made you frustrated, the things that may have hurt you, whatever. I did not deserve not one bit of all the shit I had to endure as I left you. So at this point in my life, I'm done. And I thought I made that clear.
Thank God for the.
So what I'm going to do this day, since you on here and you're watching and you listening and you got 2 cents to throw in on here, bye. This was done a year ago. There is no reason for you to be here. There's no reason for you to say any of the things you've been saying and all the shit that you've been doing. There's no reason for you to try to check who I'm dealing with. You don't even know what the fuck is going on. Your assumptions made you a total fucking ass. So you sit with that. You live with that. And you can go on about your business. Because I sure as hell have. I'm doing great. Thank you for pushing me to be great. Thank you for pushing me right on out the fucking door. Because that is what I needed. Bye. All right. No, you won't get into it. I'm not going to give you that respect or energy. So like I said, bye.
Wusa. Okay.
When I say a whole fucking year of trying to be kind, of trying to help myself. This energy is what persisted. This energy is what kept presenting itself over and over and over again. I hate that it got to the point where I had to be knocked upside my fucking head, literally, for me to wake the fuck up. There were so many instances where I needed to leave.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I was scared as fuck.
Yes.
I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know. He ran my parents away.
Yeah.
I had nobody.
But too, and that's, those are the narcissistic tendencies. They do that so that you don't have anybody. I'm so happy that you released yourself from that situation. Like, we have to just thank God so much.
You see it right here. This fool thinks that he still has power and control to the point where you're going to jump on my show?
Honey.
And leave your little
it's the audacity for me.
Mr. Goody Two Shoes?
Well, because if you sent an email stating that you were sorry and everything, like, leave the shit there. Leave it there. You don't have to leave it there. What's the point? Listen, you are no longer a part of that. That is no longer a part of your life. That's no longer how he feels about you is just no longer an issue. It's not anything for you to carry around. It's not your baggage anymore. How that person feels about you is not your baggage anymore. Like, and you don't even have to bash. We don't have to bash anybody. Like, what if we just want to go on with our life? Just go on. I forgive you. That's it. I forgive you. Everything's good. Okay. Like, and now we need no interaction with each other whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people try to keep their foot in the door, though. Sometimes I just feel like it's always a way to try to keep contact. Just let it go. Let's just let it go. Because it's the audacity for me. Like, and hear me out, because no, he wasn't out here being no asshole or nothing like that, but just gone. Like, just fucking gone. Phoenix, I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like the fact that he put his hands on you. And I'm not judgmental in anybody's relationship. And I don't want to sit here like, oh, my husband ain't never put his hands on me, but I just don't like. It's so hard to be in a relationship with a bully. It's so hard to be in a relationship with a man that knows that he can overpower you physically. That's where my respect is out the fucking door. That's where my respect is out the door. That's why my mother was the way she was. That's why she beat when I tell you, and it will always be baffling to me, my mother fought every man that ever came into her life, honey, because her thing was, is you gonna know what it is before you come on over here. Don't think you coming over here, think you gotta put your hands, you getting ready to put your hands on me, because this ain't none of that. I loved my mother had a warrior mentality, but I never wanted that for my life. I totally understand why you walked out the door. Don't nobody want to be in a relationship. I don't want to have to worry about if I'm going to say the wrong thing and you're going to be going upside my head. I don't want to have to live like that. And I'm not going to live like that. The thing is they want to make you feel bad for not wanting that life. I don't have to want that shit. I don't have to want that for my children. I don't have to want my kids to see. You are not that important. You will never be that important for me to have to allow my children to see that.
And that's the thing.
I will never like him, Phoenix. I don't care how many times he pop up on this podcast. I don't care what he got to say. I will never have no respect for him. Never.
I'm telling you.
I will never have no respect for him.
I am at a place right now in my life where it's irrelevant.
But he keeps trying to make it relevant. That's the part I don't like either. Idle time. He probably don't have no job. I'm just saying, most people.
He ain't got nothing that he said he had. That's the thing. Okay, come on now. Just if you gonna keep harassing, bullying, downing, and all of this, you focusing on something that is long gone and done. There's something seriously wrong with you.
It's facts.
Let it go. Let it go. Because I let it go. I'm done. I'm completely done.
Yes.
I'm nowhere near you. And it's been this way for over a year now. Well, yeah. A little over a year now.
And I'm okay with that.
No mas.
People want to try to keep the
and
foot
it
in
ain't just about me. It ain't just about me because the baby saw every last bit of it.
Right. Yeah.
It don't fly.
Yeah.
You really thought that I was gonna stay?
Yeah.
You really thought that I was gonna give you another chance?
He was hoping. He's still hoping
to do it again.
Yeah, he's still hoping that right now. If that man truly went on with his life, Phoenix, the last place he'd be is popping up on this podcast tonight. You know, like
this is the only way I can describe this in the snap that is to look for someone to look you in your eyes. The person that you thought was your ride or die, because you were sure that for them. You thought that they appreciated you, that they loved you, that they cared. And they looked you dead in your eyes. Wind up their fist. Mind you, it's a big dude.
Yeah.
And you swing to hit me. And tell me this was a long time coming. I ain't been nothing but
to forget those things.
Faithful.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody know the crazy things that we were dealing with because I kept that private to us. That's our situation. But you know what? I'm gonna be here with you. I'm gonna hold it down. We're gonna hold it down together.
Mm-hmm.
But all the while, your view of me is this.
Yeah. Yeah.
I endured a lot. I endured a lot.
Which makes it easy to not
And
go
in
back.
But the moment that I realized that I don't have to deal with this shit no more, I don't have to do this. And I finally said, okay, Spirit, this man that hit me upside my head. Okay, I get it now. I see it. Not only that, because I still felt like I had to figure it out and strategize before I could just leave.
Right, yeah.
The motherfucker decides to go and cheat. And it's like, damn, if I wanted to try to work it out, if I wanted to try to build, and fix this, how in the fuck am I gonna do it now?
Right.
It's impossible now.
Yeah.
Because now you hurt me emotionally and physically.
And my children.
Because they are greatly affected by this.
Yes. Yeah.
You don't want to put your little penis in somebody else, and you think you're gonna come.
But wait, what you say? Wait, repeat that. You said he did what? Like run it back.
You don't want to put your little penis in somebody else. And you
the little. But did you say little? You said little.
Look at you. We're not gonna do it.
Dude, like
it's not going.
You done made it so easy for me to get the hell out.
You're not going to paint a picture of me.
Yes.
As being some crazy person.
Yes.
You're not going to paint that picture of me because I'm not that. If that was who I was, trust me. Y'all would all see that.
Or why would he want you though?
I'd have been busting windows
out of cars. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. But the thing is that he wouldn't want you if you was the person he was portraying you to be. He's only doing that to make himself look good in the equation because the thing is that
if I was that person.
That exactly. Because listen, people like him, he's explaining to his circle why he ain't with that good woman no more. And so he has to come up with something that makes him look good in the equation. He has to come up with, making that good woman look like she was a bad woman just so that he don't look so stupid.
I'm gonna tell you, this motherfucker had the nerve to say that I told him that if push comes to shove, you can pimp me. What kind of shit is that? What
is that? And why? And he was okay with that. Like, I don't get but that's a delusion. That's a delusion, that, and trying to rationalize the way people think, girl, that shit will drive you insanely crazy. It's almost like, God, thank you so much that I'm no longer in that situation to even feel like I got to dissect the way his brain works. That's the thing that drives people crazy. In these types of situations, there's a lot of women that are driven crazy because they're so busy trying to understand this man or understand this person and why, girl, by the time you done, you'll be in a psychiatric ward. Don't nobody get some things. The way certain people think, I don't even want to know, because if I feel like I'm afraid to understand it, if I understand it, then that must mean I'm on a certain level of crazy too. I don't even want to understand that shit. Just stay away from me. Just stay away from me and my kids.
But look, I'm gonna say this right here. I'm not gonna dwell on this shit no more.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
He gets no more.
Yes.
From me.
That's it.
I appreciate his apology, but it's not sincere.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say that because I've known this person for 9 years.
Oh yeah.
That's not sincere. This is not how you do it.
Yeah, definitely not.
So
yeah.
At this point,
honey,
it was done and over with a year ago. So it's even more done and over with now.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna continue to move forward because what's happening for me right now is the growth that I needed to do years ago.
Yes.
being put in the position that I was supposed to be in even years ago. That's why I am now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to continue in that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to allow him to sway me. Yeah, I was pissed off for a moment because the audacity, as my sister said.
Rightfully so. Yeah.
But you know what? It needed to happen because he needed to know. He needed to know.
Yes. Yes.
That
yes,
ain't
yes. Even though he already knew. My thing is, it's like, but once you come to me and you give this apology, okay, why do you have to keep coming back? Why do you have to keep coming back with the same apology? I heard you loud and clear the first time. It's the narc keeping their foot in the door. You whether you forgive him or not doesn't mean that he has to keep coming back with the apology. Like, just stay gone. I'm not reaching out to you. I don't want to have any dealings with you. You can't make me have no dealings with you on a personal level or on an interpersonal, on social media, none of that. Like, it just looks narcissistic. It looks like a narc. Why are you here? Are you ever on his page, Phoenix? Are you ever on his page? You go on his page, you make comments on his lives.
Hell
you make comments
Don't
on
nobody
his
go on his page and be on his live.
He the only one.
He the only one.
He the only one on his live. Listen, baby, relax, relate, and release. Okay. Like, dude, you your only source of entertainment. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you're the only person, you know, you fucking, you're the only person listening to you.
I wish him growth. I wish him a realization. And I hope that, you know, I hope that he can finally see himself.
I don't.
It ain't for me.
I only wish this way.
It's for whoever the hell he get with.
Listen. There's lessons in everything and a blessing in everything. I don't wish his ass none of that. I only wish him exactly what the fuck he deserves. And that is for any and everybody in my past, present, or future. I don't wish people no more. Listen, if I feel like in my heart of heart that you can kiss my ass, I'm not getting, and I'm just being real. I'm just saying like the way I think. I'm not getting ready to wish you this greatness. I'm just only gonna wish for you because I don't want anybody to be depleted from God's eye. If God says you deserve this wonderful life, a good woman by your side, then by all means, and that's what I wish for you if God say so. But I only wish folks what they deserve. And 9 times out of 10, the things that you wish for him, you better trust and fucking believe those are the last goddamn things his ass deserved. Those are the very last things that he deserved. And you can still want that for him. I'm just saying where I stand, I don't. I wish him exactly what he deserves. And the fact of the matter is that he's only receiving what he deserves from his doings. So even if he got a bowl of shit every day, you got that bowl of shit because that's what you deserve because of your doings. That applies to me too. I wish I was a millionaire. I wish I could just go get that. How many times do girl? I just wish I could hit the lottery. God, like, girl, sit down somewhere. You ain't gonna hit that damn lottery till I feel like you deserve to hit that freaking lottery. So the rule that I have for other people that people can become so offended over, that same rule applies to me. So with that being said, if he deserve a bowl of shit every day, God, can you add sprinkles? Please, just like, just to make it a little festive, make it nice to look at. Throw some parsley on it. Parsley make everything look appealing. Hey, eat well. Come on, give him the big bowl, the large bowl. The microwave safe one, like, I don't know. Like, that's as far as I'm going when it come down to being generous. Like, and don't give him no spoon. Listen, okay, like, God, when you doing your shit delivery today, can you just make sure you put little sprinkles on his? Because he's trying, God, he's trying. Give him some sprinkles. The fuck? Get the fuck out of here. Girl, listen.
Oh my gosh, look, I'm done.
Listen, he can choke on that boat, baby.
Give him the sprinkles, Lord.
Give him the sprinkles on it, God. He trying. You see him trying, God. You saw that apology, God, that he put in that email. Put some sprinkles on that shit, okay?
Oh,
because he trying, and if he deserved them sprinkles, God, make sure you give them to him, okay? Just the same way if he deserved that shit. Period.
Colorful.
Yeah, festive.
Holiday.
listen, it feel like a celebration. It's like a birthday. Yeah, we only get sprinkles when we celebrate. And here you go. This is exactly what you deserve. You work very hard for this bowl of shit, and that's what you deserve. Eat up. This is like what this is what you want. Like what? This what you wanted. Like what? This what you work for. Like this what you paid for. This is what you paid for. You only get what you pay for. That goes for me too.
Y'all look. I thank y'all so much for tuning into this show. Look, my spiritual self just wants to be left alone.
Yes.
And I got that. Trust me, I got that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say no more. I just want the Lord to give him sprinkles.
That's just it. That is just it. Okay. Yes. Listen, Sonny, we gotta laugh to keep from crying. We gotta laugh to keep from crying, Sonny.
Right. But these ain't even. This wouldn't even be tears of like anger or sadness or anything like that. This is just leave me the fuck alone. You know?
Yes. It's the frustration of the empath with dealing with the narcissist, the level of frustration, because the thing is they just keep popping up. They just keep showing up in some shape, form, or fashion. If I'm not dealing with you anymore, let me tell you something. You know the level of desperation when somebody emails you. That means I got you blocked on all these different outlets and sources, and you're reaching out to email me like, leave me the fuck alone. It's disgusting. Well, he said it himself. He said it himself. Like he meant that apology when he emailed you. I mean, I'm just saying.
But he didn't.
Oh, he didn't.
No. Because he turned around. He turned around and did more shit.
Yeah, now we don't got time.
I'm saying it's not authentic. This was his way. This was his way of trying to infiltrate again. You know, he's been trying to tag the Ritual Podcast, the Copper Shaman, myself, my friend, and all of these different things, and belittle me, down me.
Do you know that man has not reached out to me?
Honestly, that I have openly just talked about him.
Yes.
I
know because you're not even that type of person. Like I'm for even me, I will take the Facebook and I will vent. So, but my difference is I don't put nobody on specific blast. Like I'm not like that. I will vent. But you've never even out of the midst of all of these years that I've known you, you've never went to social media to badmouth him.
The only thing I did do was domestic violence videos.
Okay.
And even then, when I got to the point where
that wasn't bashing him, though.
It wasn't bashing him at all.
No.
I got to a point where I said, I just want to get past this.
Yes.
And
it wasn't
I
bashing.
felt the need to apologize to him. I apologized and told him that it was done, it's over. I'm going to move on with my life and do the same.
Right. Yeah.
But apparently he couldn't take that. And I am hoping that this is it.
Yes.
Because I don't want to do this anymore.
Well, you know, we got to be focused on the cord cutting, you know, and I don't. And the releasing of, yes, honey, you know, and two, a lot of times they want to try to make themselves look good to your circle. Especially the thing is like on a platform like this, like how dare you come to something that's so sacred? But the thing is, it's like this is a platform that he knows. So you have multiple people looking at. So
this is what he didn't expect. He didn't expect me to address him.
Okay.
That's the thing. So usually he thought that I would run from conflict, and it's not running from conflict. I pick and choose my battles.
Yes.
And some things just don't deserve my energy.
Yes.
Or it's not even that big of a deal or that serious to even get emotional or crazy about. So I use emotional intelligence.
Yes.
He couldn't handle that.
Yeah.
He want to argue, he want to fuss, he want to fight because he wants to assert himself over me. See, like,
but you're not getting ready to do this on my platform, though. Yeah. You're gonna do that on my platform. No.
But see, I'm at a place now in my life where I recognize these things, I see them and I know them. Then I didn't notice it, I didn't recognize it. Along with a lot of other things I'm not gonna say here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't recognize it, I didn't know what it was.
Right.
But I know now.
Yeah. Yeah.
At this point in my life, my growth and where I'm at, me tapping into my spiritual self,
Yes.
walking as the goddess I know I am.
Okay.
No,
Yes.
you're not gonna come on the
Yeah,
show.
I'm good. I'm so good.
You're not gonna come
Yeah.
on here and pretend to be the good guy. You're not gonna come in here and
Yeah.
pretend like you
Yes.
did the right thing and then doing the right thing. No, sir, you have
Yes.
not. And I'm going to hold you accountable. You don't have to hold yourself
Yeah.
accountable, not on my platform.
I know listen, because this is not the place for that, but enemies are not allowed in certain territories of our life. That's just it. This is, enemies are not allowed in certain territories of our life. This is something to say, but he knew he was, people aren't stupid. He knew exactly.
Oh, he was bold as shit.
Block and delete his
That's
ass
what he's gonna get in return.
Mm-hmm. It's the audacity for me.
But look, I love y'all. We're gonna go and get up off of here because it's getting ready to be 2 hours.
Yes, and you know me because I can keep on, girl, chatterbox.
Look, I know you need to go chew. You gotta go chew also.
You know it because I ain't got no snacks, girl. I don't even got no snacks, Phoenix.
I know you got snacking tonight. Look, I'm gonna just go. Actually, there's a bit of relief tonight.
Yes. Yeah.
It was like now y'all see what I've been,
Okay. Yep. I wasn't lying. Like I was
crazy.
Yes,
But
yes. Girl,
I
listen,
feel
my friend
good.
ain't crazy.
Nah, not by far.
Not by a long shot.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And there's other little things, that's transpiring and happening, but it's not going to take my joy. It's not going to take my happiness. It's not going to pull me out of this state of Godship, Godhood that I feel right now.
Especially like evolving, because you're like, I'm on the outside looking in, and I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Like, you should be so proud of yourself. Your children are very, very proud of you, baby. Let me tell you something. These stepping stones and me being able to sit back and watch you. I already told you before, I would have been so afraid if I were you in your situation. I just don't know what I would have done. Like, I'd have been calling you boo-hoo and crying, but you had everything. Even when God was throwing these, or whatever, energy we want to call it, was throwing these roadblocks in the way, like God was clearing them. Like, as you were going, and everything just aligned perfectly. Like I told you, you have, in this year time, have accumulated way more than you did in the whole 9 years that you've known him, just in 1 year time span. Like, how can I have a significant other and we can't grow to this magnitude together? Like, there's supposed to be power in numbers. He was stagnant, and he was an energy drainer, an energy puller. Okay. Like, he was leeching off of your energy. He was literally ciphering your soul. Like, he was getting recognition, but it was only because of you the whole time. And I'm not saying that this man don't hold any value, but he doesn't know where his value lies. And you can't take that from somebody else and think you're gonna, and there's no way. Listen, that's how you know that it's not your equal yoke. That's exactly how you know that it's not your equal yoke. Like, how is it both of us together and we're doing worse than what I am without you? Why would I even want to go back there? Why would I want to take my children back to a place of such a need when I've proven to myself and to my children that I don't have to, that I can do 10 times better without them? I think that if a lot of women knew that they could do better without, they would have left a long time ago. That's a fact. That's a fact. And you are proof of that. You are proof of that. And I love it because, and only because of the kind of person that he is. And I'm so happy that you're going about it the way you're going about it, because he deserves whatever hurt and pain that he's feeling. He deserves that. He deserves that. It's just as simple as that. But you know what's fucked up, Phoenix, is that That man heart ain't hurting. It's his ego that's hurting. And that's the part that make it so much more messed up. Like it would be hard for me to forgive you, even if I truly wanted to. You're not even forgiving his kind heart. It would be, it's his whole ego. Like his ego is more crushed than anything else. Like we know the difference in a sincere apology. We know when somebody is really truly sorry for the things that they've done. You keep them words to yourself. You could choke on them words. Like, as far as I'm concerned, right along with that bowl of shit that you got a God is presenting to you every freaking day. Like, that's just it. That's it. You don't got to give nobody nothing more than what they giving to you. He ain't giving you nothing but a bunch of words. And like, sir, even my words are too valuable to be given back and forth to him. I just wouldn't even entertain. I know that you're not, entertaining that, but you got a lot to be thankful for, and the power within yourself was great. It's huge. And I love it, friend. I love being able to witness it, like it's so inspirational. And you got a lot of people that are watching you that are proud of you, like the crazy part about it is that he probably is too. He's probably like, damn, like she's come a long way without me. The thing is it's hard. God will make a fool out of our enemies right in our face. And one of the best ways to do that, honey, is to be able to show how the other person is flourishing. That is the biggest slap in the face. And don't you dare go off and get no healthy relationship. How dare you go off and you and you meet somebody that's on your same wavelength and you choose to be happy. Oh my God. That is the worst to an ego. That's the worst to an ego.
Oh,
but
well.
Listen, as my mom, listen, oh Lord, honey. Yes. Yep. Oh well. Oh well, what the hell? What we gonna
That
listen?
was my son, my youngest, like.
Listen, and that's it. Okay, that's just it.
I like so much from my children.
I love it.
And they're like, they're so intelligent. They're like counsel.
Yes. Yeah.
To the point, like someone said that our relationship is like it's mother and child, but it's mother and friend. Like it's
yes. You two nurture each other.
Respect.
Yeah.
Like no other. And I have that relationship with my mother, and I think that's why I have it with them. But we communicate, and I think that that's something that's important. With my ex, communication was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm a communicator.
Yeah.
If you don't understand me, there's a problem. Because
yes.
I'm gonna I break it down so you understand me.
Yes.
Layman's terms.
Yes.
We're gonna break this down to
the down to the science. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But he just was never that person.
Yeah.
So I try to teach them to communicate. It got to the point where they thought that solving problems with their fists was the way to go. Because
yeah. Because
and it only takes one time.
Yes.
So I don't want to have this video be so long. It's 2 hours now. And thank y'all for being here through this bullshit.
Listen, they was here for life.
Y'all know me a little bit better now,
right?
Now y'all can say, "Oh,
right. Phoenix got some real live stuff on her show. Like real life is happening on this show. Okay, it's just what it is.
Real life. Look, I wasn't expecting. I wasn't expecting at all.
I'm sure you weren't.
I just wanted to talk about, coming back into your spiritual self and your Godhood,
yes,
and just walking in that, and just being it. And look, it's not what people think it is. It is not this little trending. Oh, I done put this little halo thing on my head, and I went and took a picture. You can do that any day. You can do that at your lowest. You can do that when you have low self-esteem and feel like shit. That ain't what it's about.
Exactly.
It's not something outwardly that people see.
Yeah.
It's what people feel because it resonates.
It's so
the radiation that you give off
is so
true. That energy.
Yes.
And baby, that is the energy I'm operating in, that I'm walking in. I can do whatever the hell I want to do.
I feel like that can be another thing. I feel like that can also be what he's missing. Certain type of energy is like crack. Certain type of energy is like addicting. You know, well, I feel you on that. I feel you, like, cause that's not my problem.
That's on you, boo. That's on you. You fucked that up. That's on you.
That's it. Cause
how you fucked that up?
When you had accent, how you fucked that up? Yeah, how? But that's what his homeboys is asking him. I promise you, there's people in his circle like, damn, dude, like, how you fucked that up, right? How you wasn't able to hold on to that? Look, you let somebody else get your one thing. Hey.
Look, I'm gonna let that go. Let me leave that.
Yep, we can. Yep. Hey, it's good.
I'm grateful.
It's what it is. But yeah,
I'm even grateful for that even happened tonight.
Yes.
I feel a very big energy of release and relief.
I love it.
I love it. Let that nigga talk. I'm sorry, you know, I have to say it this way, but let that nigga talk. That nigga got something else to say. He gonna say that to himself, by himself, in the same fashion in which he's been doing for years and years and years on Facebook Live with nobody listening.
Ooh, child.
And that is his misery.
He's not getting that. He ain't. Yeah. That's on. He'll figure it out, or he won't.
His life is not my life.
Right. Yes.
We're gonna move on from here. We will be back. I think next Monday. Want to do Monday?
Sure, we can do Monday.
We do Monday. I like Monday.
Let's do Monday. I'm off Monday. Sounds good.
Okay, Monday. Next Monday we'll be back. Do we know what topic? No. We might win. No. We might have Nico Wolf back on. You know, he got some good stuff going on. Why has been great. You know what? Let me reach out to him and see if he want to be back on here on Monday.
For sure. And if you guys got any
really quickly about that, Wyatt Tribe has a YouTube channel. Please go over to Wyatt Tribe W. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the banner up. We are talking about our indigenous truth, our indigenous heritage. Hold on, let me find this banner. Where is it at? All right, you can find. Here it goes. Please, by all means, get some of this knowledge, get some of this wisdom, get your genealogy done, get your trust done, operate in the fullness of who you are. That's what we're trying to do here. That's what we want to do here. You can contact Wyatt Tribe via email. Okay. Get your genealogy done. We'll also analyze your DNA results. Okay. We also teach you how to set up your trust. We teach you how to get back to being who you were always intended to be. So this falls in line with coming back to your godhood and your goddesshood. We've been stripped away from all of these things. We've been fed so many lies. We've been taught his story. We need to learn
our story. Yes, for sure.
So please make sure you go over there and subscribe. We drop videos like every day. And yes, we just started, but as far as YouTube, but come on over there. Come on over. It's good information. Nico Wolf is a wonderful researcher. He is getting ready to be an author. The brother is knowledgeable. I will never deny that. He is one of those who is in my corner, who has been in my corner for years. I appreciate him. I have the utmost respect and love for him. So please support Wyatt Tribe. Please support the Ritual Podcast. We'll be back Monday, 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. Eastern. Copper Shaman will probably be back within about 3 or 4 months.
Yes,
Give me time to acquire all of my things. Look, I'm just gonna let give my testimony. Look,
yes, ma'am.
No matter what life has thrown at me, the Most High has put me in a place to receive, and I'm grateful for that.
Yes.
Me and my family are good. We have moved all over the place, but we are finally settled. We have
Yes.
adequate space in what we need, and it's ours.
Yes.
I'm grateful. I'm
And you
thankful
did that, girl.
that I was able to come out of it and be where I am today. I do want to thank you, sis, for being a big motivation, inspiration,
Aw.
counselor, friend, sister,
Yes.
all of that to me, because you have helped me in ways you probably don't even know.
Oh,
Miko
Phoenix.
Wolf, if you're still on here watching, thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a light, a motivation, uplift, encouragement on a daily basis.
I want to thank him for being a masculine protector for you, because let me tell you something. Oh, Phoenix, you know, I will always have an utmost respect for him just for that one specific situation. I just want to thank him so much, because I just felt like, thank you for caring enough about her from the masculine standpoint. The level of protection that he did with when that came down to you, I just was like, it was moving to me, because women don't have that masculine protection like that. We just don't have that. He came through. He came through, bro. Love him for that forever. Mm-hmm.
So, with that, y'all, we're gonna go and get up off of here before we say too much. No.
Because I ain't gonna listen. I ain't gonna spill none. I promise I ain't. But I love him for it.
All right, y'all. Peace be unto you all. Please have a wonderful night. If you have not, please like, share, subscribe. Those of you who are on YouTube, those of you who are on Facebook, please share this out. I don't care if everybody all in my business. Look, I'm elated right now.
Yes.
They don't even know the weight that is lifted off of me. So, peace be unto y'all. Till next time. Hey, work on your own spirit ritual. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to be your authentic self, because it's your authentic self that's going to speak to you and put you in a position where you need to be.
Every time.
Bye.
Love it. See you guys.